This piece that I'm working on currently is for the behavioral health unit here at Flagstaff Medical Center. And this one is really important to me just because it's for the kids. And, you know, every part that I'm putting in here, I know is gonna be looked at by some kid that needs it. I'm trying to put as much effort as far as all the experience that I've gained in my career, in my art life, and trying to just put everything that I've been teaching myself and been taught and just my thoughts into this piece too. So I'm just gonna use up all the time that we have allowed for us and just try to create a really nice overall nice composition. The title for this is The Witness. So you as your individual, you're witnessing all this in the natural world. Hopefully after you're done witnessing this, it will give someone a better understanding that there's a creator that created all of this. And if the creator created a bird and this, and then that same thing created you, you know? So you're a part of it as well. So in the back, there's this blue, and then there's this kind of almost realistic type that's happening in the foreground. We're able to imagine, and we're able to pray, and we're able to have faith and hope. And that's where the difference is between actually what we believe we see here physically or what we're doing, and then what we can do that are different than any other beings is we can imagine and we can create stuff like that in our minds. You know, all this blue is representing of that. And it's one thing I want to mention about this piece too is it's very organic. So that means it's being built as we speak, you know? Like this wasn't planned. This wasn't planned until there's a certain thing that has to happen in order for things to do this. And I just think of them sometimes randomly, or, you know, some of the piece calls for softening with this, like this image here with the spider. You know, I softened it up with the butterflies around it. And I did that, you know, just through thinking I got to do something like that rather than just letting things happen, you know. And even the horse was just, I thought it up when I got here. But it all coincides with that segue of thought of reaching that point of trying to communicate my own certain thought visually. The art should touch everyone that's involved in it. And the very first one that it touches is me. Because I see it close up. I see it from a view that nobody else has. At the very first part that is brought into reality, or what they would consider reality. So this art is directed to whoever sees it, even if it's for 1 second. Meaning it could be a doctor, it could be the patients, it could be the future self of a patient. Meaning, you know, they could look at this when they're this age, but 30 years later it could affect them. 40 years later. Meaning you just create it. And you know that it's going out into the world to do good. Because when somebody looks at art, you know, most of the things are pretty much positive. Somebody puts just one mark on a wall. Somebody looks up there and they're just like, huh, that looks like this and that, and, you know, like their minds go. And that's why I think it's a really good thing that, you know, the team here in the behavioral health unit, it's really healthy for, you know, everyone, because the stress is both in and out. You know, everyone's focused on what they're doing, and what they're doing could be painting a mural, or it could be making sure that this place is very clean and spotless, and that the angles on these doors and stuff are right. When that all comes together, now you got an energy that's focused towards the health of the community, you know, and the youth. Us artists were so lucky that we are able to relieve that through the process of painting. You know, it's like a meditation. for those that work a lot, if they can come in here as a nurse or as a a tech or anybody, as a somebody that's looking after the bathrooms, they look at that, then they receive that as well. So you really can't go wrong with nature. It's just the way that it is, and that's a good thing to see when you're in here. There's a bigger picture that you look at, and then you say, well, we're doing this for this and that, for community health, somebody that's here that needs help, nurse and that. You have these type of targets that that you're going to reach. But for me, I think we just kind of come together as a family, meaning this is just what we do. If we're sitting around the dinner table, we're probably going to be talking about some art, or maybe one of us will be drawing or iPad. That's just how we are. So when we get together, we just laugh. Sometimes we're not even talking about the painting. We're just interacting, talking about joking, memories, and that's the connection that we have as artists to one another, because out in the public, people don't express themselves. They don't express where they're at in their heart and their minds. And you can look at this and kind of get a picture of where I'm at. And it's just that's what it feels like to me to be a part of this. Is that, we went over there and we were just laughing all morning. If you're around people that are just painting and laughing all day, that's how you start your morning. And that's why I think a lot of people should start their morning like that, just doing your thing you love, and then being around people that know you, So that's how I feel being a part of this.